Shown here is Duke Dunwoody. Emily Dunwoody is the mother of 2-year-old Duke, and she says Georgia Medicaid is making them choose between hospice care or IV nutrition. Duke Dunwoody's little laugh is infectious, even when he's spending days on end inside Children's Hospital at Erlanger.
As a mom of a medically complex child, a special needs child, a disabled child, or whatever you want to call him, like, he should not have to be going through this.
His mother, Emily, says one of his symptoms is extreme seizures.
I've been on hospice since April. In June of this year, he started having some GI problems.
Emily says Duke was unable to handle nutrition from a feeding tube, so doctors recommended IV nutrition. When they started that treatment,
he's been doing great on the IV nutrition.
But now they face a major bump in the road. Emily says Georgia Medicaid, that ensures Duke, denied coverage for that IV nutrition.
They won't approve the claim because he's on hospice. And I was like, but what? Like, you can't do that.
The Dunwoody family says they were told they had to make a decision, continue hospice care or get coverage for IV nutrition.
You should have to give up hospice just to get nutrition, when clearly, like, on their website it says that he shouldn't have to forego any other care, but that's exactly what they made us do.
According to the Georgia Medicaid website, children on hospice care can receive concurrent care. The site says, quote, "This enables Georgia to make hospice services available without foregoing any other treatment," end quote.
I shouldn't be stuck in that hard spot. Like, do you want your child to have care or do you want him to have nutrition?
Following the staffing shortages we've seen sweep the state, there might be another classroom crisis on the way. Substitute teachers and school board members are speaking out about what they are currently being paid.
We are seeing a shortage of teachers to begin with. And now we're going to eventually see a shortage of subs.
Thursday's school board meeting highlighted a problem facing substitute teachers, the ones who step in when there's no one to cover your child's classroom.
I think it'll be incredibly hard to find an individual to pay for their gas, to pay for someone to cover their kids that day, knowing that they're going to walk away with the cost of what's usually 1 or 2 hours of child care.
The company that places Hamilton County substitutes, ESS, has a contract up for renewal this school year. They tell us Hamilton County Schools sets the pay rate in the contract. The contract states that non-degreed substitute teachers who work half a day or 3.4 hours are paid $30 a day. For those with a degree, that's only $7 more. And with the cost of living being what it is, do you think that's enough during inflationary times?
That's absolutely insane.
For substitute teachers like Mark Grantham, this pay rate isn't cutting it.
Is it worth me getting out of bed and driving across the county to make that kind of money? It's showing to me the priority that education has in Hamilton County, as well as the entire state of Tennessee.
I brought these concerns to school board member Jill Black.
We need to really examine whether or not we are paying fairly across the board. It seems that our substitute pay is not meeting and not reflecting what we've approved for our classified employees at every level for a minimum $15 an hour.
School board member Jill Black says the school board has plans to examine and overhaul compensation across the district. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office says William and Beth just died in the crash. They say William was flying at this time, and this map gives you an idea of where that crash happened. It was in the woods near Highway 64 by the Highway 411 bypass. And our affiliates in Western North Carolina just got this photo of Dr. Gist. They report he is an OBGYN. We went to the scene today and saw where deputies had the road closed off. We know Gist was a doctor out of the Asheville area. The president of the Mountain Flyers Club says Gist was originally from Texas, and at the time of the crash, he was flying back from Texas to Asheville. We spoke to a resident who heard the plane crash just before.
The airplane came over, you could tell it was like really low, and it was running wide open, you know, and that was unusual. We didn't hear any kind of crash or anything. And then, like, a few minutes later, the EMT pulls up down here and said there's a plane crash or something. Really, we didn't know.
Now, the president of the Mountain Flyers Club says the plane that crashed was a rental and that the pilot was licensed and cleared to fly.